welcome back to Beards, Bourbon, and Games. I'm your co-host, Conquer Corey Movie. I'm Mike,
Hello.
and we're taking a look at the Xbox Showcase.
I know we're a little late to this, but we had some thoughts and we had to kind of process them a little bit. So, um, there's a
They're already
few.
doing they're
What?
already doing better than Capcom. So
Yeah, yeah. They're already doing better than Capcom. I have to say, Capcom was a little lackluster for us, and we were excited about the Resident Evil stuff, like we talked about in our video, but not as much as we would like to have been. But there was some pretty big stuff come out in the Microsoft one. One of the big ones we wanted to touch on first off was one that we didn't even see coming. It is from Rick and Morty creator Justin Roiland. It's a first-person comedy shooter. It's called High on Life. It's from their studio, Squanch Studios. And I have to say, when we watched this trailer, I was pretty interested in it. So we're gonna check that out first.
see what they got for us.
Selling humans as drugs. You're the only one that can stop them. You realize we're gonna have to take out the entire alien drug cartel.
Is it the boss of Morty?
Yeah, it is.
You're just gonna leave me here in what, space?
Everybody lives in space, including you. All right, you're a bounty hunter now. You gotta help me rescue my friends. They're Gatlians, just like me.
Hey, why are you squeezing me so tight? How about a little dinner first and some bubble bath maybe first? Look at us, blasting away!
Oh yeah, that's one of my children. They die fast. Don't worry, it's easy to make more. Hey there, I'm Knifey.
Strangers out.
Stab, yes, more, I need more stabbing.
Everyone, fight each other!
So it's original.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually looking forward to this, and I think it's actually a Game Pass game, isn't it?
I think so, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it's like day one Game Pass.
Let's see here. We're checking. Come on, Game Pass logo. Yep.
Yep. It is a day one Game Pass.
Yes. Means I don't have to buy it. Risk free.
Yeah, I have to say, like, I am pretty excited about that game. It is right up my alley in craziness and weirdness that it will keep my attention. I cannot actually wait to play that. Like, it is going to be so funny. At least already watching it, I was laughing.
And I get some hardcore outer worlds vibes from that one space game that they Obsidian made that was a lot like Fallout.
Yeah.
And it was a really good game. I really enjoyed that. So I'm getting a lot of vibes from that. And as I said earlier, getting a lot of Oddworld Stranger's Wrath.
Yes.
I think that's what it's called. The one where you play the guy, you have the different animal guns that you fire.
Abe, or was that his name?
No, it's Stranger's Wrath, I believe was the name of it. It was the first person shooter.
Oh, sorry.
Real big deal back in the day on the OG Xbox. I think it was the OG Xbox came out. But yeah, I mean, I didn't even know this thing was happening.
I didn't either.
But I will definitely for sure play this just because it is interesting, and this comes from someone who really hasn't really seen a whole lot of Rick and Morty, which probably now I need to start watching that before the internet hangs me. But
Or I get a hold of you.
I need to give it a try. Just never lined up the time there, and I got Hulu. I got no excuse not to watch it. I think it's on Hulu.
None.
So yeah, for sure. This is going to be a good one. I'm really excited for it. I can't believe I'm saying that because it's one of those games that it knows it's supposed to be funny, so it doesn't take itself seriously.
Yes.
And you got games that try to be too serious and end up being bad. Then you got those games that are just they're so off the wall crazy they know they are, so they don't try to be serious, and then they end up being hits.
And the fact that the guns are talking to you is just hilarious to me. I absolutely love that. I think that is so funny.
The art style's great.
Yep.
It's, yeah, I can't wait to play it. For sure.
So moving the train right along, the next big one that we're excited about is Redfall. This is one that I'd heard about in the background, but I hadn't really looked into much. But when I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oof, I really want to play this." So let's check it out.
Wasn't that going to be like the title of Elder Scrolls? The new Elder Scrolls, wasn't they supposed to be Redfall?
Huh? I don't know.
Maybe it was something else. I don't know. I think they accidentally leaked Redfall. Anyways, not important. Now this is from Arcane Studios. Those that don't know, they make the
Rumor
Dishonored
has it
series.
Something's off at the church. There's blood in the baptismal font, and pastor's gone missing. And my genius plan was to investigate it. Alone. Of course. Don't stress, Layla. Oh, shit.
How small is this girl? Or are these doors just really tall?
It's like a teenager, probably.
Let's follow the blood. Can never be a bad thing.
Every time.
What was that?
He is the truth in the darkness. He is the word in the shadow. I've seen the movement in the dark. I've seen the shadow. I see you.
Oh, Lord!
I'll bite out your heart.
Okay, this is cool.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
There's more. Gotcha.
Kiss your ass goodbye.
Jacob. Oh, thank God.
Come on, let's find the others and beat feet.
You know, Redfall used to look like it was straight out of a postcard. A picturesque island off the coast of Massachusetts. The bustling historic downtown. The seafront district. Or dead. And these aren't just trashy movie vampires. These monsters blocked out the sun and pushed back all the water. Totally cut us off from the outside world. Gotta admit though, if I have to be stuck on an island full of vampires, I'm glad it's with y'all.
Feelings mutual, I guess.
Aw, thanks, Jacob. We've also got Remy, our engineer genius, and her little robot buddy.
She means you, everyone. Who's a good robot? Who's the best robot?
And our resident expert on all things creepy.
I prefer the term cryptozoologist, but to each their own.
Last but not least, yours truly. I have these weird powers.
It's student dead.
We've been digging for answers, but haven't found much beyond blood and death. Luckily, the vampires and their sycophants aren't discreet about where they like to nest. I'd bet the answers we need are inside those tourist traps turned fortresses.
Spotted some bloodsuckers in their fan club near the festival grounds. Let's start there. Ghosting out.
Cultists could go straight at him or just slip past.
Let's just get this done. On my mark.
Nice.
Oh shit, blood bag! They know we're here. Look alive!
This one is mine.
Going up.
My cryptid hunter's intuition tells me there's a nest nearby.
You're what?
Duff, that's not a thing.
Found something.
Oh, now I simply must go in there.
What is that? Where does it go?
Some kind of collective consciousness. That's impossible.
There's the movie theater. I used to come here all the time. Why'd they have to mess this up for me? Ah, shit.
It's alive. It'll collapse any second.
Run!
To say, I have to say, originally when I saw that, I was like, okay, kind of a Left 4 Dead vibe, and it very much did, except for all the extra little powers and stuff that everybody has. That's really cool. The vampire aspect of it to me was really neat. Overall, like, I'm pretty excited to actually play that game. I just like the look of it. I like the art style in it. I kind of want to know what the story is. You know what I mean?
And they said it was open world too, so
yeah, that's going to be
neat.
pretty cool.
So
it's not really a whole lot for me to say other than that one than just, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, the fact that it's co-op is going to be really nice. So,
and it's something new, right? Well, I mean, the gameplay wise, I mean, we've seen it, but you know, it's a new title, new story, and
right.
Vampires seem to be making a comeback.
Yeah, they do seem to be coming back again.
V Rising, and you know, it's just let's just hope we don't get like a
Twilight again.
or something. I forgot its name. I blocked it out.
Twilight Resurgence.
I'm a monster.
Bella.
But again, Arcane. I'm not a big fan of the Dishonored series. It just really didn't click with me.
Yeah.
But this kind of excites me a little bit. Some of the fast-paced action and the and I know everybody's screaming, you know, Dishonored is that. But I don't know. Just something about this one appeals to me. So we'll definitely have to check it out. And of course, because it is from Arcane Studios, that is owned by Xbox, so that is going to be a day one Game Pass.
Yep.
Most all these games that Xbox has been showing are going to be day one Game Pass games, which is amazing.
Yeah, they're making a lot of big strides to bring all their big major titles to Game Pass ASAP.
Smart, really, when you think about it. They're trying to keep people subscribed.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
again, you got the people like me that, you know, let their memberships lapse and then get like the big bundle deals that get like years at a time. And then
That's what I do.
or if I'm in between that, I subscribe long enough to play and beat a game and then let it lapse. It's $15. Most games you can beat in a month if you try.
Yep.
So I guess time to move on to the next one.
This one I know a lot of people are excited about, except for the recent turmoil with the game that just came out.
Don't y'all have phones?
Don't you have phones? Oh my god. That will forever live in infamy.
Yeah, Blizzard and mobile games shouldn't be allowed together. I'm sorry, Activision and mobile games shouldn't be allowed together.
Diablo 4 is the next generation of action RPG, melding monster slaying and loot collecting with a fully realized
Graphics are
open
pretty
world.
sick, though.
Yes.
It's not for the faint of heart. It's gory and unnerving. It's creepy.
Diablo 4 is all about player choice.
It takes all of the pillars of a Diablo game and just expands them with all of the new features that people really love and appreciate in modern games.
Now this one's gonna be open world too.
You can
It's
create
not
in
zoned.
Diablo 4.
From what I understand.
It's important to include robust character customization
Oh, wow.
because then I can play the fantasy that I want to play.
They fixed the age-long issue. Everyone looked the same.
Yep.
It allows you to.
And of course you're going to be happy because they brought the Necromancer back. So, but they didn't bring the Crusader.
Everything feels very powerful.
I can't
and
run my
fun.
Paladin.
One of the really cool things about having an open world is your journey that you take throughout Diablo 4 is your own. There's no linear path that you have to follow.
We've got almost 150 dungeons in the game.
There's all kinds of surprises as you're
It's a
exploring.
lot of dungeons.
Or a game like
Strongholds
this,
are
yeah.
enemy territory that you need to reclaim.
But you might have a space that begins as a hostile area, but after you've cleared it out,
The evil in this place has been cleansed.
it now becomes a friendly town.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a new town, sometimes it's a new dungeon. There's a whole bunch of rewards that you get, and you have a real impact on the world as a result.
No, you can't leave us here. They might come back any moment.
Local events are really cool little story segments that happen within the open world.
You'll just be running through the world, and then a local event will pop up, and you can choose to participate in it or get a group together and just wail on these like giant world bosses.
Whoa.
These are events that take a lot of people, and you really have to work together.
Being able to see all the players on your screen, collaborating, trying to take this big monster down, it's epic.
It's so easy to create a community. It makes Diablo more of a social experience.
We've got fully enabled crossplay.
If you have an Xbox and your buddy has a PC, you're going to be able to group up.
Or you could play couch co-op. Two people on a couch can sit there and have a great experience.
That is so cool.
Nice.
I miss couch co-op so bad.
If you go there, you can start swinging away at people. But you're also opening yourself up to being swung at.
If you're like really, really good, the game actually marks you as like a champion on the map. You basically become a loot pinata, and everyone wants to chase you down.
Wait, what?
If you yeah,
The
so if
last
you're
story
if you're
mission is really
good,
the beginning of a whole
then it just
different
flags,
part of the journey.
shows everybody where you're
Now
at, so they
set
can
up for
gank
the
you.
end game, and that end game is rich with things to do that allow you to get more and more powerful.
Whether it's new items or new dungeons or new Paragon boards, every single time you come back to play Diablo 4, there's going to be new stuff for you to experience.
And it's something that we're going to support for years to come.
I'm really excited for folks to get their hands on Diablo 4.
Just to see millions of people really enjoying the different
Yeah, you better hurry up and get that out.
Campaign,
local
Yeah.
events, couch
After
co-op,
what happened to Diablo Immortal.
It almost doesn't end.
And we are so close.
Man, 2023 is going to be a big year.
Isn't that when the the Activision Microsoft deal is going to close?
I think so.
I wonder if we're gonna get
Pretty sure they've already got some
Pass.
input on stuff. So, yeah, I kind of wonder if that's going to be on Game Pass too. I have to say, I'm actually really excited for that. Couch co-op is really cool. You can sit down on your couch and play with your friends or play with your family. The game looks beautiful. It looks very great. The character customization takes a big thing for me and fixes it. I always hated having to be shoehorned into looking a certain way when I was playing a character. Diablo 3, every time I played it, I was like, man, I really don't want to just look the stock guy. Having character creation is pretty cool. Open world's interesting. It's going to make the game pretty neat, so you don't have to like just linearly go through things.
The shared world. The only thing I don't like about the shared world is it's probably going to be like an MMO where you have to be online at all times. There's no offline mode.
Yeah.
Possibly. Now I don't know. Diablo 3, they kind of took a stance. They don't want no more offline worlds because people were abusing it, and which is great and all. But you know, if I'm the kind of guy, I want to load up my Steam Deck. I want to play it on a plane. You know. And they specifically said, you know, Diablo 3 is not the game you want to play on a plane. So, but that's okay as long as it don't have any launch errors like 3 had, and the graphics look really, really good. The in-game content looks fun. PvP for those that like it, I don't because I suck at it. So I always get, you know, just wrecked by the more experienced players.
I do worry about the stain that Immortals is going to have on this, or if they're going to put things like they have in Immortals into this, like pay functionalities.
Wouldn't that be horrible if you got to the end of the game and it locked the true ending behind you having a certain rating or score on Immortal?
Oh, that'd be absolutely horrible. That would be
It'd be
absolutely
genius, though.
horrible.
As far as pleasing the shareholders, it'd be pretty good.
Oh, they'd love that.
But
I hope that
yeah.
I hope that Microsoft would be like, no, you can't do that.
One can hope and dream.
So the last one we want to touch on today is one that I'm sure everybody has talked about already, but Starfield. We finally got
After some initial...
We actually got a decent story trailer of it. So we're going to check that out real quick and give our thoughts on it.
It's 16 times the detail.
After some initial encounters, you're invited to
It
join
just
Constellation, who, in the future the game is set in, are the last group of space
Oh,
explorers.
Todd.
To meet them, you'll head to the capital city of New Atlantis.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. We're all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. As to what they are, what they're building. You'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
So, you found something?
The new guy found it.
You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions?
The artifact you found appears to be one of many, scattered across the galaxy. If we can find more, we can unlock their secrets.
Beautiful, isn't it? The man who sold me this told me that it spoke to him.
Of course, the Settled Systems is full of groups with other priorities.
That's the Crimson Fleet!
Everybody get ready!
The fleet doesn't follow the rules. Agree to work for UCC, Steph. And together, we take down these cutthroat pirates.
We're not just here to shoot the bad guys. We're peacekeepers. We protect the people of the Freestar Collective. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, no one quits. The only way out is death.
The path ahead may be dangerous. But we are not stopping.
Most Dusties don't even make it this far.
Because whatever lies at the end of this road will change humanity forever.
So, this is a big deal. And because people have been waiting for this forever. Now, it did get delayed. It was supposed to come out this year, and it got delayed.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's fine. Because remember what Miyamoto said. Delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is for bad.
Oh, yeah.
There are a few things, though, because they do have a gameplay trailer out. The only thing that kind of worries me is it's kind of like a non-polished No Man's Sky.
Yeah, and No Man's Sky went through a lot of crap to get to where it is.
Like, it's really good now. And there's over 1,000 planets. But the one thing I don't like is there's not seamless re-entry and exiting a planet. So, and they brought up loading screens, which is fine, but I'm going to point to No Man's Sky here for a minute. They cleverly hid their loading screens as atmospheric entry into the planets. So it was completely immersive. say what you will about No Man's Sky, they really turned themselves around.
Yeah.
And so of course I want to play it. It's a Bethesda game. It's going to be on Game Pass. It's a no-brainer. But I'm a little worried about it. Just a little bit.
It depends on how polished it is when it comes out. I mean, if the game comes out and it's buggy and it's broken and it's not working like No Man's Sky is when it first came out, it's going to be trash and it's going to cause trash issues.
They don't need another Fallout 76.
No,
is basically
no,
what
they
we're
don't.
down to. And there were some concerns. Now, granted, maybe that's why they delayed it, because you notice in the gameplay trailer, the frame dips hard.
Yeah.
Probably because they're using their creation engine again, which that thing really needs to go. But
we'll have to keep it on it and see what we get more information of it as it gets closer. I mean, they've got a year. Hopefully they do good. And hopefully it's not a Cyberpunk, where it comes out and it's almost unplayable.
yeah, it's still, and that's a shame because Cyberpunk's actually a good game.
Yeah.
But it just got wrecked because they rushed it. They should have delayed it yet again another little bit, and I think they would have polished it pretty well. But let's just hope they know what they're doing. I mean, Xbox now owns Bethesda now, so and Phil Spencer is, say what you will about him, he acts like he's a pretty good leader. And and his team seems to be competent and what I'm basically saying is, if it was the old management that owned Bethesda, you better believe that would have got out the door this November.
Oh yeah, and it would not
regardless of the state.
It would not have been good. Put it that way.
So, Xbox is probably took the approach of, you know what, you need the extra time, that's fine.
Yeah, make it good, and people will buy it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that's like with Witcher 3 when it came out. It proved that people will wait for a good game and people will buy a good polished game, which is one reason why Cyberpunk was such a disappointment to me anyway, was that it's from that studio that brought us Witcher 3, which was so good and so polished, and then we know what happened. Shareholders forced them to bring it out, but still. So there's a few other games we want to touch on real quick. Other ones that were announced are like the Forza Motorsports. We're not big car game people, but I've played the Forza games before, and I quite enjoy them when I do play them because they're just beautiful games. It looks beautiful. There's a lot more details built into that game. Arc 2 got a new trailer. It's supposed to come out in 2023, I think. I played a lot of Arc 1, like maybe 200 hours worth of Arc 1. I am really excited about that game coming out. I hope it's got the same feel as Arc 1, but bringing it into the modern age, basically. Get some updated improvements and things. What else do we got? Minecraft Legends, with the success of Dungeons, they're going to bring out a full Minecraft Legends game.
And that looked interesting. It looked very kind of open worldish, Breath of the Wildish style gameplay. And I do not like Minecraft. Yeah, I'm a Terraria fan, but that raised my eyebrows. So I'm gonna be watching that one with great interest.
Was it Airborne Shadow Legacy? It had a very, very cool. I'm probably pronouncing it really bad. It had a really cool art style. I'm pretty excited about that one. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It's still kind of early in development. Can't think of anything. Oh,
and Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Am I saying it right? Wulong?
Yeah, Wulong. I think that's it. That looked really, really good. That's one, if we had time, we'd pull up the trailer and show you, because I loved that game. That game looked so good. That's one thing. Like they also announced is that Game Pass is trying to do more with Japanese developers. Like Persona 4 and 5 are coming to Game Pass, which is crazy. I've actually been wanting to replay those, so the fact that I'm going to be able to do that on Game Pass is just.
And this is a big deal too, because let's face it, RPGs have always been the Achilles heel of the Xbox.
Yep.
It does shooters really, really well, but it's an unwritten rule that all the best RPGs are on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So Microsoft trying to get in touch with Japanese developers and establish a better relationship is huge because, well, one, the relationship between American what am I trying to say here, Mike? They haven't been the best in the history. And what I mean by that is Xbox sales are very low in Japan.
Yes.
That's it's just the culture over there. They trust brands that come from Japan more. So Sony, Nintendo, and you got to think too. There's differences in living. You know, Japanese lifestyle is a very on-the-go lifestyle, so handhelds are just dominant.
Yeah.
The Vita is still thriving over in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
It failed here, but it is to get back to my point. This could help open the door for Xbox to kind of start bringing in these Japanese developers. And who knows, it might even open lead the way. I know it's kind of a scarred relationship right now, but maybe they could start mending things with Square Enix because, you know, that big partnership with Final Fantasy 13 that blew up because of a bad deal that the Microsoft leadership at the time really shafted Square on. And so there's been a bad taste. But one thing I'd like to see is I'd like to see them start working more closely together. And we're starting to see it with Kingdom Hearts and stuff.
Yep.
And the Final Fantasy games. So this could lead to us, the Xbox getting Final Fantasy 14, which will be a big deal on that console. And yeah, I'm just excited what this brings. It just, you know, the Persona series, you know, take it or leave it. People you either love it or you hate it. There's no in between with Persona, from what I've seen. But it's exciting the door it opens, more so than the game itself, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
But what do you think about the Xbox conference? Are there any particular games that we didn't discuss that you're excited about, such as Valheim coming to Xbox Game Pass?
Yep.
So, but let us know in the comments down below what you're excited for. Did you think Microsoft did a good job this year, or did you think it was kind of meh? We'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, if there's any of these games that, you know, you're worried about, let us know what you think. Because, you know, there's some ourselves, like I said, Starfield, we're worried about. I'm worried about Resident Evil 4 on the Capcom one. But so far, so good. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to check out our channel where we do other discussions as well as Let's Plays. You get to watch me be bad at gaming, and then you get to watch Mike be bad at gaming. And we both call each other out on it. It's pretty entertaining. But as always, I'm your co-host, Conqueror Corey.
I'm Mike.
And we'll
see ya.